Y'all are great.
So tell me, how did you get started in real estate, and what made you believe that anyone, even without a lot of money or experience, could do it?
I think that's a two-part question.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer the second part first.
Okay. So what made us get started?
That's the first part.
I'm gonna answer the first part if you're gonna answer the second part. Right?
Well, I was gonna answer the second part first, and then.
My brain.
All right, you can go there and go.
All right. So what made us get started? Both of our whys were absolutely different. I grew up with real estate. My uncle had real estate, my family had real estate, but I didn't know the details behind it. I just knew that, okay, I have some uncles in Miami that has apartments, that have houses, but it was never this is how we did it, this is what we're doing. And I had an auntie that owned a beauty salon and a barber shop and apartments. But again, it was never, this is how it goes. It was just like, yeah, my auntie owns it, my uncle owns it. But when I got to high school, my economics teacher really explained the need for real estate, really explained the importance for real estate, and really explained why getting real estate while you were a college student was so important to build that up. His method I couldn't do because my mom wasn't there financially to be able to buy a second home for me in Tallahassee when I went to Florida A&M University. So it made me so distraught because I'm like, man, it has to be another way. Like, why do I have to wait to be able to buy real estate? Like, why can't I do it now? I have the perfect game plan. Like, why can't I execute it and rent out these houses to my friends? Because it wasn't the time, I didn't know enough. But that's what really started me on the real estate journey. And then for Antonio, he was introduced by a coach where they went to an auction and the coach introduced him to an auction right here in Birmingham and was like, hey, this is what I do outside of coaching. And I just want you to be exposed to it.
Yep, had really no knowledge of real estate, didn't even think of real estate. But because he showed me his houses and he took me to that auction, it just opened a can of worms that you can't put the top back on now.
Literally it was like an auction coming up the next week after Antonio went the first time. Antonio's like, listen, I don't know much about these auctions, but we're going to an auction because I saw people bidding for houses for 2,000, 3,000, and we're going. So like, yeah, it was a flip of the
No,
switch.
and I would say the second part of it when it comes to the money part, pause, ask the money question again.
Okay. So the, the question was, how did you get started in real estate? What made you believe that anyone, even without a lot of money or experience, could do it too?
Bingo. Pick up. When we first started, I did not believe that anybody without money or experience could do it. Like that just wasn't the thought process. That came with trial and error. That came with joining mentorships. That came with training to where when we started doing real estate at a high level, we started to realize that money and credit isn't what really drives real estate, it's knowledge.
Mhm.
And if you understand strategies, if you understand real estate, money will come. Credit don't matter. You just gotta understand the game.
Yeah, and I think it forced us to do it because we were in the middle of our first flip. And while we were in the middle of that first flip, credit just tanked. Like, because we didn't have everything planned out. Credit tanked, and we had to figure out after I got laid off, how do we continue real estate? How do we do it? How do we build our credit back up? Because we had seriously used all of our personal credit on our rehab, and that's the absolutely worst thing you can do is using personal credit cards to fund your rehab.
I would disagree with you, Ashley.
Okay, I'm listening.
The absolutely worst thing to do is not get started.
Yeah.
Facts, big facts.
That's the worst thing.
That's the worst thing. Yeah,
Well,
because
I'm going to settle this argument. I agree with both of you. Oh, look, let me make a quick segue to say we're going to have a live training session at 7 o'clock p.m. inside the Alabama Wholesale Real Estate Facebook group. If you're not a member, it's free to join, and this training session is also free. Ashley and Antonio have their own networking and training sessions several times monthly where they meet at the Vulcan Museum in downtown Birmingham.